That looks to me like a model.
Yeah, that like the model in Beetlejuice.
Hi, and welcome back. It's Alan and Caroline.
Hello.
I was about to say I'm Alan and you're Caroline, but I think they'll work that out. Right. Today we're doing a video called the Top 10 United States Landmarks. Now, most people I think will know what these
Yeah,
are.
you probably know them all.
But there might be some there that we don't know. Let's have a look anyway and see what comes up.
From nature's loveliest landmarks to incredible man-made marvels, America the Beautiful has some of the world's most popular sightseeing spots. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 United States landmarks. For this
Just a quick thing, Watch Mojo, brilliant channel, can't knock what they do. There's also Watch Mojo UK, so if you're an American and want to find out about the UK, Watch Mojo UK is a great one. We're watching Watch Mojo, I presume it's the original version of it, and because obviously it tends to be more American based, but anyway, I'll shut up.
list, we chose landmarks that are representative of America and its culture, and tried to keep the choices spread out through the country as much as possible. Number 10, the Las Vegas Strip. From ornate casinos to
I think everybody's seen that sign, haven't they? Viva Las Vegas and Elvis and...
I've even seen where you get married and then they go and have their picture with that in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the real thing or a setup, but...
Yeah.
death-defying live shows, comedy acts to performances by the world's top musicians, the Las Vegas Strip symbolizes the glitz and glamour of the American dream. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, the famous sign declares.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just thinking...
No, I'm thinking of something else that they have the picture and then...
That might be a little bit too big, but there might be...
Smaller one.
Yeah,
I'll
maybe
have to
so.
find it.
But I was just thinking, with the energy crisis that's going on at the moment,
Yeah.
I wonder how much it's costing to light up Las Vegas.
Inviting guests to enjoy all it has to offer. The Vegas Strip is also appropriately named. Topless showgirls debuted there in the late 50s and still perform today. Number 9, the Hollywood sign. Emblematic of Hollywood's golden age, this U.S. landmark has been imitated the world.
That looks to me like a model.
Yeah, that like the model in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that honestly... Yeah, it's Beetlejuice all over. And I know she's going to say in a minute it was Hollywood Land because he used to sell holly bushes there.
Yeah, that's why it was called that, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be haunted as well, isn't there? From somebody who threw themselves off the top of the sign.
There's been a few, haven't there? That...
Yeah. But let's see what she says.
World over. Located in LA's Hollywood Hills, the sign debuted in 1923 as an advertisement for the upscale Hollywood Land housing development, but it quickly became an icon.
It replaced a painted board overlooking the village that stood until the lots under it were sold.
After the removal of the last
Okay, so I was wrong. It was self-housing.
four letters in 1949, the sign required constant repairs until it was completely rebuilt in 1978. Number 8, the USS Arizona Memorial. Drawing over 1 million.
I have absolutely no idea what that is. I presume because it says USS Arizona, USS, it's going to be a ship or something like that, I would imagine.
Oh yeah,
Tourists each year.
Well, yeah, that might give it away.
The submerged USS Arizona remains a reminder of the December 7, 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor.
It was kind of more like sadness but honor for the people who lost their lives.
From a floating bridge, visitors to the Hawaiian Monument can view the ship's remains, which still leak oil to this day. The memorial pays tribute to the first of thousands of Americans who lost their lives during World War II. Number 7, the Grand.
Yeah, so I can understand why it's a memorial, but the fact that it's still leaking oil, that's strange after this length of time. But anyway, Grand Canyon, obviously everybody's heard of that.
Yeah.
Canyon. Deemed one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, Arizona's Grand Canyon is a truly majestic sight. At 277 miles long, a mile deep, and at times 18 miles wide, it's among the world's largest landmarks. And with its array of colors, natural structures, flora, and fauna, it's considered among the most beautiful. The canyon.
That plant there, go back a little bit.
Its array of colors, natural structures.
That looks like it's got feathers growing out of it, doesn't it? That looks weird.
Yeah, you can see them where they're growing, little ones.
Yeah, that looks so strange.
Flora, and fauna, it's considered among the most beautiful. The canyon is also populated by several Native American tribes, making it an important part of American culture. Number 6, the Hoover Dam.
Yep, heard of that.
At the time, this gargantuan structure was considered one of the world's greatest engineering feats. Today, the 726-foot-high, quarter-mile-long dam is no less impressive. Spanning the Colorado River between Arizona and Nevada, it was conceived as a way to provide power and water to dry regions in America's West. The concrete arch gravity structure is open to the public and draws millions of visitors each year. Number 5, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
South Dakota.
Yeah, definitely remember that.
I heard of it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a film that. Oh, was it?
The Austin Powers.
Yeah, Austin Powers, where he changed his face.
Dakota's Black Hills are home to 4 of America's most iconic presidents. The 60-foot-tall faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt are carved into Mount Rushmore.
A carving of surprising delicacy, fashioned with jackhammers and dynamite.
Although the project exhausted its funding before the presidents could be carved from the waist up, more than 450,000 tons of rock were removed to create their likenesses.
Wow.
It's a massive monument for passionate patriots.
450,000.
A lot.
Yeah.
Look at it though. Just.
Yeah, I can see where they were starting to do the bodies below.
Yeah.
And before they ran out of money, but I mean, it's one of those things that if you're in the area, you'd love to go to see, but if it's miles away from anywhere, it wouldn't really draw me to it, would it you?
No.
No.
Across America to enjoy. Number 4, Independence Hall. It's the birthplace of American freedom.
Now, that's where it all went wrong for America, wasn't it? Became
Why?
independent from the UK.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Can't blame them wanting to get away from us.
No. There's a few things on that perhaps we weren't exactly coming out in glorious colour from, but I suppose it's both ways that way.
Philadelphia's Independence Hall, where 56 men put their lives and reputations on the line to defy the King of England and declare America's independence. The hall remains arranged and decorated as if.
Did you know that the actual thing of independence, the actual form that they filled in, only 2 people signed it for the whole of the United States? The Declaration of Independence has only got 2 signatures on it. So there's 56 people that put their names to it, but only 2 people signed it. That's what I've heard. I might be wrong. By all means, comment away. I'm going to cut us an argument down there somewhere, but
It was during the Constitutional Convention. Both the Declaration and the Constitution were signed in Independence Hall, whose famous bell tower once housed another of America's national symbols, the Liberty Bell. Number 3, the Golden Gate Bridge. This project realized
I think everybody's seen that in every film that's ever been done in that part of the world.
Charmed.
Yeah. At the beginning of every the original Charmed. We're
Yeah,
not about
yeah,
the reboot.
not
I've
the
never
new
watched
one.
the reboot yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But the equivalent that we've got in the UK is called the Humber Bridge, which at the time, again, single suspension, just like that. But at the time it was built, which was well after this was built, they actually had to design it for the curve of the Earth because it's that long that it had to be designed to cope with the curve of the Earth itself. But anyway, just a small fact there.
a century-old dream to span the 3-mile-long Golden Gate Strait, the entrance to San Francisco Bay from the Pacific. Built between 1933 and 37, the stunning bridge was painted orange vermilion to blend with the warm landscape and to contrast the blue waters below.
Wow, yeah.
Billions of cars have crossed it, and millions more.
I tell you what, whoever decided to paint it that colour Had a good idea.
Yeah.
Stands out from any other bridge.
More admire its contribution to the San Francisco
It's
skyscape.
lit up.
Number 2, the Statue of
Yeah,
Liberty.
Definitely.
Since
Is
1886,
she behind
Lady
us? Yes. Can see her behind us.
Just go so you can see it full screen. There we go. We've got a board behind us purely because we have kids running in and out and things like that, so we can get on with it without them interfering too
Well,
much.
they're all at school at the minute.
Yeah. But yeah, we are aware of that one.
Liberty has greeted immigrants and travelers to New York City, standing tall in times of prosperity and tragedy. The Statue of Liberty is more than a landmark.
The thing about that, though, it wasn't green when they got it. Because it's made of brass, it was brass coloured. You know, that copper metallic look. Or is it copper? One or two. Copper it will be. And because of the aging, it goes green. But for years, it was a brassy colour. Copper colour.
She represents a nation's hopes and dreams. Broken shackles at her feet symbolize freedom from oppression, and her tablet marks the birth of American independence. If there's one monument that encapsulates the American dream, it's the nation's 305-foot-tall torchbearer. Number 1.
And it was a gift from France to the Americans, bearing in mind that the French were against the British at the War of Independence and were helping the Americans to defeat the British because they also wanted to defeat them in other places, and this weakened the British thing, so that's why the French are doing that.
The National Mall. Our number 1 U.S. landmark houses the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, the Capitol Building, World War II and Vietnam memorials, and more. Such iconic features pepper the mall, the stage for important events like the anti-Vietnam War rally.
Estimated at about 50,000 persons, was a loose confederation of some 150 groups and included adults, students, even children.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
And presidential inaugurations.
Ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
It's been called America's front yard, a place for gathering, remembering, and looking forward to the next chapter in America's history.
Well, I knew that they were all in the same area, but I didn't know that they were all that close together. I just imagined another film that jumped into my mind when they were saying that, about a man with a box of chocolates. What's he called?
Well, it's Tom Hanks. But
Tom Hanks.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, yeah. Forrest Gump outside there. That's what I just suddenly jumped into my mind.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite U.S. landmark? For more interesting and informative top 10s published every day.
That still looks like a model.
It does, yeah.
Now, whether or not that is the actual thing that they've taken photo, or they've just used a photo of a model, or a model to just do that bit of clip, it does, to me, it just looks so much like a model. That couple of things there that we were really familiar with, but I'm sure there's plenty over here that you're not familiar with. Certainly informative. What was your favourite?
Either the sign or the bridge.
The sign of the bridge.
I'd say it's the sign more, actually.
Out of all those, the ones that I would actually like to go see would be Las Vegas. The Grand Canyon would be interesting, but it wouldn't be something I would necessarily make a specific trip. And yeah, I'd like to see Washington Monument and all that sort of stuff. But again, I think out of them that would actually draw me to a place, it'd be Las Vegas. Would you?
Yeah, but I think you'd need a ton of money.
Oh, for God's
God, Pepper!
We've got a pug, and occasionally she'll suddenly hear something, and that'll be it. And that she just barks if you heard that on the. I'm sure you will have done.
She made me.
So
you forget she's there though, don't
she's
you?
quite.
She goes really quiet.
Well, maybe
we did have 2, didn't we? But
yeah. Well, maybe introduce you to her on another video
when she's behaving.
Yeah. Right. So we'll say goodbye for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and by all means have a look at some of the other videos that are on here. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.